Hey y'all, unfortunately this is not a happy video, but I feel like it's an important video to include on my channel because it does affect you guys. Maybe not as much as it affects me, but it does affect you guys as well. 2 days ago, on April 27th, 2025, my cat Mischief unfortunately had to be put to sleep. I thought I could get through this without crying so soon, but it just doesn't work. He stopped eating, and then he stopped drinking. So we took him to, well, first we took him to one place and they couldn't help us, but we ended up taking him to Cornell University's emergency vet, and they're fantastic there. I do really recommend them. He went through a bunch of tests. We found out he had cancer. Fuck cancer. We don't know how long he's had it, but as bad as it was, there's a chance he had it for a while. We just didn't know it. It was in his intestine and his lymph nodes. And I feel so guilty because he's been throwing up on a regular basis for a while now, and I just thought, cats throw up. And he would always eat his food so fast that I just figured he wasn't digesting it. I didn't know, but I still feel so guilty. Because maybe if I had taken that more seriously, we would have caught it sooner. Everybody keeps telling me I can't think like that, but that was my boy. That was my son. I don't want to make that decision, but even with treatment, he would have only had 3 to 6 months, and the vet said more than likely it would have been closer to the 3-month timeline, and I just didn't feel like it was fair to put him through all of that chemo and steroids and 2-hour weekly trips to this place for only 3 more months. That would have been selfish, but I really want those 3 months now. The apartment just doesn't feel right. Going to work right now just doesn't feel right. The world doesn't feel right without him. I don't know how I'm gonna continue. I don't feel right. I feel... I don't know. I feel like I'm not whole. I don't feel... I don't know. I don't feel like me. I don't feel like this is real, and unfortunately it is. I really just want to wake up from this nightmare. But I felt like it was important for you guys to know and kind of go along with me on this grieving journey, because a lot of you did get so very attached to him, and I love you all for all the love you gave him and always wanting me to include clips of him, and now I have all those videos of him, and I thank you guys so much for that. I just feel so bad. He was alert when we were saying goodbye to him, and he even hugged my arm and headbutted his toy, and it just didn't feel... I feel like I murdered him, and I don't know what to do with that. I don't know how to live with that. He was only 9. That was young. I mean, I know it was the beginning of being considered a senior cat, but it was still so young. Fuck cancer. Fuck. I just don't understand. It doesn't make any sense, because it was only a week before this that, a little over a week, that he was playing and cuddling and everything was fine. I mean, I know it wasn't. I mean, deep down, I know it wasn't. I know it wasn't internally, but it seemed fine. He was his old self and everything was okay, and now it's just ruined. I don't know how to be me without him. I can't believe I'm doing this in Starbucks parking lot. And I can't do it for too long, as I have to get to work. I put him as my background picture. I don't know if you can see that. The sun might be bouncing off of it, but I have to be to work at 8:30. It's 8:15 now, and I don't know how I'm gonna make it through a whole 8-hour shift like this. I called out yesterday because I couldn't do it yesterday, and being in the apartment wasn't easy either, but I just couldn't see people yesterday. I couldn't deal with it. I honestly don't know if I could deal with it today, but at least my manager isn't there today, and she would have been there yesterday, and I couldn't deal with her. I just couldn't. Everybody is being so great and sweet and trying to help me through this, and I'm sure you guys will be too, but no one quite understands. Like, people have put pets down, I know, and I'm sure they were very close to them too. But Mischief was so special. And using pet stunts really hurts. It hurts so much. I don't think I've ever felt this kind of pain before in my life. And I don't ever want to feel it again. But I know somewhere deep down, I know when I get my own place someday, I will get another cat. And it won't be easy when it happens to that cat either. But it's gonna be a long time from now. Years and years. Because I mean, to do it any sooner, it basically would be like losing your child and just deciding to get pregnant or adopt another one to replace it. Because that was my child, y'all. That was my one and only child. I don't actually want children, but I was a mommy for him. It was my son. I killed him. And people don't understand how that makes me feel. I know it was what was best for him. I know that. I do. But it doesn't make me feel any better about killing my own son. I think that's gonna be enough of an intro, because I can't keep doing this when I have to get to work. And talking about it's just gonna make it keep happening. If I could bring them back, I would. If I could make all animals immortal, I would. Because I don't even cry and get this hurt when humans die. And I know that sounds horrible, but I don't know. Something about humans is just like, it's natural to me. You know, we're all gonna die eventually. And I know that's the same for animals, but it's I don't know. And I have had other animals die. I mean, I had a dog as a kid. But it wasn't mine, it was my mom's, you know what I mean? My mom was responsible for that dog. And that was a dog that, I mean, like, we loved her. She was part of the family, of course, but she was our pet. Mischief was, you guys get it. I'm not gonna keep talking about it since I need to get to work. Yesterday I just basically slept, cried, tried to distract myself, and it wasn't working. And honestly, after work tonight, I'm probably just gonna end up going to sleep. That's the only way I can escape, is to sleep.
Mom went to the office this morning, And it's too quiet in here. It's too, like, quiet in here. I don't like it. And the last time this happened, I had a breakdown, and I really don't want to do that again. I mean, it's pretty much inevitable. I'm going to have another breakdown at some point, but that was scary. I don't want to do that again when I'm alone. Especially since it's way too early in the morning for me to call anybody if it does happen. So I'm going to try my best to just kind of talk to you guys the whole time. And hopefully that keeps me in check. It's too quiet in here now. I'm never going to get used to not hearing a meow or the ring of his bell or talking to him as I do things. I mean, I was just looking for my glasses because I didn't know where I set them down last night when I got home from work. And even though I know he's not here, I really wanted to ask, where did Mommy do with her glasses, Bubba? I'm gonna do that for so long. This is so not easy, and it fucking hurts, y'all. I have never felt this kind of pain before. Even when people die, I have never felt this kind of pain. I really don't know how to handle it, to be honest. But I'm trying. I'm gonna make some breakfast. Probably just some yogurt and granola. Even though I don't have any bananas, so it's gonna be kind of boring, but I got strawberries at least. And some orange juice. Try to keep up with the routine a little bit. Make some coffee after that. And then I'm gonna try. It's gonna be hard, but I'm gonna try to take the litter box and all of the litter accessories down to the dumpster, because even though I'm not ready to go through his stuff, the litter box still being in the apartment is really not good for us. So I can take that down. I think I can take that down. I mean, that's not him, and taking that to the dumpster is not erasing him. It's hard, to start getting rid of things. My mom started some of it in the living room, which at first I was mad about, to be honest, but I'm kind of glad that she did start taking some things down and going through some things, because it makes it easier on me to not have to do it. But I can't imagine how she did it. But if it helped her, then I'm grateful for that. So yeah, let's make some breakfast. Honestly, my strawberries probably aren't the best anymore because it's been a few days since I had any, but I really wasn't in the frame of mind to be eating breakfast. Going to work yesterday kind of helped in a way. It still felt really wrong to be there, but I was surprised that talking to my coworkers didn't make things worse. In all honesty, I feel like the more I had to tell people, because everybody kept asking, because everybody knew he was sick and everybody was concerned. And everybody loves him there. I mean, how can you not when you see that face, Everybody at the vet's offices loved him. So I was like, I really don't want to have to keep telling this story. It's just something, I just really don't. I just want to do my work and try to disassociate for a while. But I actually found that telling the story over and over and over again seemed to make it a little easier, because the first couple of times I told the story I was bawling my eyes out, but the more I told it, the less I cried. Like, I still got emotional, but the less I cried. So I feel like maybe going to work was a positive thing, because it got me talking to people and allowing me to express how I felt. They all really validated how I felt. They all still said, I know how you feel, I know how hard this is, and I really do appreciate all of those sentiments, don't get me wrong, but I don't know. Like I said, I believe in my crying clip, nobody really understands. Like, I get what they mean. They understand how hard it is to lose a pet, especially if they've lost one in the past. I understand that that's what they mean, but I don't know. And Mom and I, when I got home last night from work, we sat and kind of just reminisced and talked, and so that was really nice too. And we were talking about how, he wasn't a normal cat, and nobody would quite understand, who he was to us, and I mean, you guys might a little bit more because you've seen videos of him, obviously. So, mold. Great. So you might understand it a little bit better than some people because you saw his personality. But a lot of people didn't. I don't even know where I was going with that. Anyway, you know, it's hard. It's hard to hear people, oh, I know how you're feeling, when, no, they really don't. And part of me wonders if we kind of brought this on ourselves by becoming so attached to him, especially since we, like, called him son and grandson, and, you know, most cats you don't do that with. And I'm kind of like, you know, you kind of brought this on yourself by doing that, but I wouldn't trade that for the world. So sorry for the sound of the garbage truck. And see, even that makes me want to cry, because he used to love it when the garbage truck came, and when the bus comes too, that'll probably make me cry too, because he used to just run to the window anytime he heard either of those. I think that's enough strawberries. I was trying to use them up, but that's way too many strawberries. Oh well, I'll just have to throw them out and get new ones. It's the reality of grief, you know. Sometimes your food is gonna go bad because you don't feel like eating, and that's perfectly fine. You know, you should eat, obviously, you shouldn't deprive yourself, but sometimes you just don't have an appetite in the middle of this kind of thing, and it's completely understandable. So don't ever let somebody say, oh, you're being irresponsible, you're being ridiculous, not eating, or whatever. We all process this in our own way, and in all honesty, I feel like this is the first time I've ever truly grieved for something or someone. I've had experiences in the past where I've felt like I was grieving, but I feel like that was just more me working through the process of whatever that was ending. This really, I mean, honestly, there's no way to identify grief. There's honestly no way. Somebody just threw a word to an emotion one time in history and decided that that's what grief looked like, but that's not true. So there's not really any way to define grief, but for me, this feels like grief. This is grieving. I am never gonna feel like this again in my life. Like this kind of pain, this kind of emptiness. The world just doesn't feel right without him in it. And I think I said that already, but it just doesn't. Like, especially when we get rid of all of his stuff, this apartment is gonna look so weird and so empty. And part of me, one thing that getting rid of the litter box, I feel like I need to focus on that will help me is I'm going to be turning that corner into something that I know Mischief would have loved, and in his honor. So it's not like I'm not still keeping his memory alive with what I'm going to do in that corner once it's all cleaned up and everything. But yeah, this apartment doesn't feel right. The world doesn't feel right. Just going through the motions of every day just doesn't feel right. Like, I feel like I should still be in bed. I feel like I should still be crying my eyes out. I feel like I shouldn't be enjoying anything, and when I do, I feel guilty. I don't know. I don't really know what to think or feel right now. It's like, you know, I could sit down and relax and watch some Supernatural, but Supernatural was one of his favorite shows, and so that makes me get emotional, and I don't know if I can handle that right now, so I just end up putting something else on that I don't really care about. And then if I do that, I don't pay attention, so my mind goes like, I can't win, you know, when I'm alone, or like, especially when I'm in the shower. That's when I really start getting emotional, because I really start thinking about stuff. Like, just standing here in the kitchen, you know, typically I'd be having a cat climbing up my leg, or I'd be holding him in my arms while I talk to you guys. And I've already had so many moments that I thought I saw him. I thought he was right there. How do you go on with life after something like this? Because I know it sort of sounds dramatic, but it's how I'm feeling right now. Like, how do I continue to do such mundane life after this? My life just seems so meaningless now. You know what I mean? Like, wake up, go to work, come home, maybe do some cleaning or something, you know, go to sleep, get up, go to work. Like, it just, I don't feel like I have any meaning right now. And that's a hard pill to swallow. I'm gonna go try to find something on TV to watch while I eat my breakfast, so that's not quite so quiet in here. Because I can't talk to you guys the whole time. It's just, that's gonna be like an hour-long clip, and we don't really need that. But I'm gonna go try to find something and eat my breakfast, and then the hard task. But I know it's gotta happen eventually, and I really do want to get that corner ready for me to do what I want to do for him and for myself. And I can't do that if I don't get rid of the litter box and start cleaning.
One thing I don't think I ever told you guys about me is crime dramas relax me. And the gorier, the better. So, like, Criminal Minds, I used to watch Criminal Minds while I ate dinner. And my mom used to be like, how can you do that? And it's like, it doesn't bother me. So I decided to watch the Murdoch Mysteries from the beginning because it's on Hulu, and I actually haven't seen every episode. So I decided to start those over again, so that's what we're going to watch. Seeing this right now is a little hard. But, and actually, his couch over here is even harder, to be honest. Because I just got that for him for Christmas. But this is what Mom started doing. She took the blankets off of here and got rid of them. She took that little brown one that was over here down to the dumpster. Like, that's what Mom has started doing. And I do appreciate it, but it's still hard to see.
I have this Temptations food left from one time when we couldn't get his food in time. I don't think it's that old, so I think I'm going to put it out in the woods for the wildcats instead of just wasting it and throwing it out, because the Humane Society is not going to take it if it's already an open package, so we'll feed some wild kitties. No, it's not that off. I don't want to make it sick. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'll Google it first to see how long this lasts.
So Google says the Temptations food is good 2 to 3 months after it's opened. It's also been in a sealed bag ever since. And we got it mid-March. So as long as I get it to them soon, I think it'll be fine. Because it'd be about 2 months. So if it's good for 2 to 3, I think it'll be fine. So I definitely think we're going to feed some of the wild kitties around here, get them a good meal for a change, and let that not go to waste. Do some good in Mischief's honor.
I look like a preppy schoolboy, or like, you know, a prep school, like, I don't know, I can't even know how to explain what I'm thinking, but I'm in fact going hiking. I just couldn't stay in the apartment, and I needed some nature and some fresh air, and it's not too sunny today, so I don't think it's going to be too buggy, so I said let's take advantage. So we are at Green Lakes State Park, and there's like nobody here, so whole park to myself. Don't let the act fool you. I am still very heartbroken, and last night was very rough because I dreamt about him being back, and then I woke up to reality and bawled my eyes out. But we're gonna try our best to enjoy a little bit of time in nature and then head back home. pictures just don't do this water justice, and to be quite frank, I don't even know if a video does, to be very honest. But it is so gorgeous out here, and it is incredibly green. It's called Green Lakes for a reason. I love it. Deer flies though, so I'm not gonna stay much longer. Back in the car. Whew. That trek back to the car was harder than the hike. It was fantastic though. I was gonna sit and read in front of the water for a little bit, but it's getting a little too peoply out here. Because there's a lot of colleges and things without power, so they can't really do too much. So they're bringing their students here to kind of enjoy nature. So I didn't sit and read, but that's okay. I'm not sure that I could concentrate much on reading anyway, because that was something I used to do a lot with Mischief. And so I think I might just hold off on that until I get to a place where I can, which I think will be soon, because there's something I'm going to do that'll help with that. So, I brought an Alani Nu with me, cherry slush, because it's my favorite. But I forgot that these are carbonated, and it's been in my backpack this whole time. So we're gonna open it out here and possibly drink it. Stupid bugs. Aha, success. Oh, cherry slush, yum. I ate my fig bar. I didn't eat my crackers, but I don't think I'm going to. I think I might stop somewhere to get like ice cream or something more indulgent, something, you know, that's more of a treat for me. But it is already 11:30, so I can't stay out too much longer because I need to get home and work on some stuff, and then I have a hair appointment later, which feels weird to get my hair done, but it's needed it for a while now, and maybe it'll make me feel a little better. I don't know. Sorry, replying to a text. Somebody who's just been really supporting me a lot through this whole thing, so I don't like to leave them hanging. But yeah, I'm gonna finish my Alani Nu and enjoy this field. Like, I know that the main attraction here is the water, but this field right now, before they've mowed it, is gorgeous. There are little clumps of white and purple flowers. There's dandelions everywhere. I'll show you guys. It's fantastic. It's hard probably for you guys to see because this camera doesn't zoom, but it's gorgeous. And luckily I did not get rained on, so that's fantastic, because it did rain a little bit on the way here, so I was a little bit worried about that, but I think it moved on pretty quickly.
But yeah, so when I finish this, start driving, see what I can get in the way of an indulgent treat. Maybe stop at a thrift store. Maybe. Like I said, I want to get home and do some laundry and shit before I have to go back out again for my hair appointment. And I do have to stop at a store at home too. So we shall see. But if I do, you know, I will record it for you guys. And the only reason I think I would stop at a thrift store or like a gift store of some kind is to see if they had anything, you know, that I can use, you know, like in my little shrine that I'm probably going to make to him. Or for the project that Mom and I are starting. But I can't really spend too much money on that right now. So I can't spend too much money, period, to be honest, because I'm already almost broke. And I just got paid last night. But that's the way of the world, so. Strawberry ice cream with chocolate dip, and it's already melting. So I'm not going to talk to you guys while I eat it. I'm going to take a quick picture with my phone, and then I'm just going to chow down.
So since the last time I talked to you guys, I have basically just been going through the motions of life. Leaving here, going to work, coming back, eating dinner, going to sleep. Rinse and repeat. Because it's really weird being in the apartment. Awake in the apartment. Like right now, I really want to just escape. But there's stuff that needs to be done day by day. Day by day. I believe the last time I talked to you guys was Thursday, perhaps? It is now Wednesday, so it's been, you know, at least 6 days since I talked to you guys. Because honestly, all I've been doing is working and sleeping, so I didn't record that. I was just talking to Mom about how stuff just seems so boring since Mischief passed. Food, TV, books, they all just seem very boring. Life is very boring since he passed. He made life very special, and we don't have that anymore. Every time I talk to you guys, I cry. I've been somewhat under control. I really shouldn't say that though, because I have been very emotional at work and very stressed and very panicky, and I feel like all of my emotions are just kind of going haywire. Because I mean, even though he wasn't for that purpose, you know, he was my support animal. He very much helped my mental health, and I'm struggling. I feel so guilty for still living, but and everybody keeps saying you made the right decision, and intellectually I get that, but in here it's not catching up. It still hurts so bad. It's just so weird to like go about the day, or like when I'm trying to get ready for bed at night and not have him there. I still do things. I still expect him to come running. Like if I'm, you know, have my hand hanging over the bed, or I still expect him to bump the phone out of my hand, and it's just so weird right now. But I think I've done enough crying clips in this vlog for you guys, even though I'm sure there's inevitably going to be another one. And I want to say thank you to you all for being very patient with me during this time. I know, unless you're on my Instagram, you didn't really know what was going on. So for all of you that are still on my YouTube channel, I very much appreciate your patience. I did the dusting, but I missed a couple of spots, and now the spots I missed are driving me nuts. So if I have time today, I might get to those too, but I am going to bingo with Kim later today. It's one of, I mean, I did go out once before since everything, but this time it's one of my, like, going out and interacting with people kind of things. So that's going to be a challenge, I'm sure, but you know, aside from work, obviously I interact with people at work, but that's different. You know, I'm in work mode, I'm distracted. I don't even know what to say. I wanted to make this video because I wanted to show grief as a normal thing, even for animals. But it's like, I don't know what to include in this video, because grief is such a weird thing. Because like I said, the last few days I just go to work, I come home, I go to sleep, I go to work, I come home, I go to sleep. And I'm not recording that for you guys because that's boring. But it's the reality. I wanted to work on his corner today, but we are having some car issues now, which is not helping the stress levels, and that takes priority, so we haven't gotten the chance to clean the carpet. But I will probably take that shelving thing down and probably take the stuff off the wall, clean the wall, you know, simple things. Probably finally get rid of his food that's in his bowl, which is going to be extremely difficult. But it has to be done because eventually it's going to start attracting bugs, and I don't want that. It is 10:30 already because I was talking to a car dealership about getting a car, which I don't know if it's going to be a possibility with less money down now, but we're going to try. We're going to figure it out because I need a car. It's just getting to the point now where using one car is becoming impossible. So, yeah, I wasn't expecting to have that conversation this morning, so I'm a little bit behind, but that's okay because we don't really have a time limit today because we're not working. I just need to keep in mind what time Kim picks me up for bingo, which she's not getting out of work until 4:30, so probably closer to 5 when she picks me up. This picture is hard to look at sometimes. We're going to remove these bracket things off the wall that have been here since before we got Mischief, because there used to be shelves up here, and get rid of those. We're going to put a nice big frame there, I think, and pictures of him. So that's going to task for today. I get to use my tools I got for Christmas. Okay, here is the progress in the corner so far. We took down that bracket. We got rid of that brown thing with the snow globes on it because I found out these snow globes would all fit down here. So, and then we're going to put some books here. And then once the carpet dries, we have some plans. But that's not going to be today, obviously. But it's good progress, and it'll get done this week. So, it's sad not to see his litter box there, but I'm also excited for what I'm doing with this corner because I know he would have loved it. One of the issues with the fact that I got rid of that thing that had my snow globes on it that was right here, and now I have nowhere to sit you guys. So you're very precariously perched on top of my headboard. I'm sucking on a mitt, so sorry for the weird voice, but I got this corner all prepped for what I want to do, and I'm going to finally explain to you guys what I'm doing. I'm turning this corner into my reading corner because Mischief used to always sit with me whenever I would read, so I know he would love it if this was a reading corner and he could sit with me and read and stuff. And we're going to do a couple of things, you know, for an homage to him. I can't do it all tonight, but I am going to work on as much as I can tonight because I did buy a rug, so we're going to put that down. We're going to move that chair that is next to my bed that he used to sit on over here. We're going to take the books out of the closet, so we're saying bye-bye to the closet library, which is fine. But it also means that all of my lesbian titles will be out in the open, so there's no denying it now. We're still not really ready to actually come out, but, you know, I'm taking steps. So, that's a step. So, let's go get the rug. That's going to be our first little step we do towards this. I don't know why I'm losing my voice, but that's why I'm trying to suck on the mint, but and then we'll go from there. And it is very late. It is 7:32 on a Thursday, and it's gonna get darker and darker, so I got the light set up, but I really want to get this going because as hard it is to do something with this corner, it's even harder to see it empty. So I really want to get this set up and have all of these homages to him in this corner. So let me go get the rug I bought and we'll get started. I think I need the mother's opinion. Okay. Pointed this way. Ooh,
chair there.
Or that way.
I think the other way, so you can look and see the books.
That was my thought, but something is making me feel like it's kind of claustrophobic when I turn it the other way. And it's dark.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I like this way because this one's pointed this way.
Yeah.
Off. Yeah, alright. I'll point it the other way and then I can always change it later.
Why do you feel claustrophobic?
I don't know. It's something about it when I step back and look at it with the chair. Oh, I hate this thing.
Came apart.
There's a big old gap because of the stupid baseboard.
Molding.
Whatever it's called. When I step back like this, I don't know, it just feels like there's not as much space there now. And like, if this is turned this way, isn't that gonna look weird with the pictures? Or if it's not faced out? Because they're gonna go on this wall.
Oh. Yeah, me.
Okay, back the other way.
Okay, here is where we are at. It is 8:45, so I do have to stop for tonight, but we have all of the books on the bookcase. We have our little bookmark little treasure chest there, and then we have the chair and the rug placed. Very happy with it so far. There's a little close-up of the treasure chest. Mysteries, 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 and then we get into the romance. And then just a couple that I just threw on top for now. We're gonna have pictures here and around this picture. And then I have all these little things that my aunt made that I had hanging up over there that I'm just gonna figure out how to place around. But for tonight, we do need to stop because I'm exhausted and I have tomorrow off, so I can finish it tomorrow.
Morning, y'all. It is a very dreary, cold Friday, but I have the day off of work, so we're going to finish up the room as best as we can. I have to go to Walmart later and see if I can find the frame that I want for multiple pictures for over here, but other than that, we can pretty much finish it up. So, a little thing I've discovered when it comes to grieving, and it is something, it's nothing new, it's something that people tell you all the time that I just never really seriously listen to, but getting dressed, fully dressed, rings and everything, really does help you get moving for the day. So as much as I really want to just lay around in my pajamas and do nothing, I made myself get up, take a shower, get dressed, put on all my rings, my watch, all of that, and now I'm ready to take on the day. Still gonna be some relaxing because I have to prioritize relaxing on my days off. I really do, because I don't have a lot of time to do that when I do work, and that's just draining me even more and causing a lot of the depression issues. And my battery is dying on this camera, which I did not realize. That's okay, because I think I'm only gonna be doing room stuff for like an hour, because I'm waiting on a call back from a car dealership to try to get a vehicle. And I also have to give a friend a ride later, so we're not gonna work on this for too long.
What I just put down was one of his many beds that he had in the apartment, and it's the only one we're saving because I want to eventually, when I can find the right one, because I have looked but I can't find any that are just right. And when I eventually get a stuffed black cat to put in here. But the thing is it's very big. So I don't think I like it in front of the bookcase like this. but also anywhere else I put it, it's going to be covering up something. Like, it doesn't feel big when you look at it, but as soon as I set it down somewhere, it's very big. So I don't really know what's the best place to put it. I feel like putting it in the horror room by the outlet is probably the best place, but I don't know that it's going to fit there without crowding my chair. I think it looks okay in front of the outlet. It is kind of crowding my chair. I don't know. It kind of looks out of place, I think. I don't know, we might not be able to keep it. If I put it over here, it's going to cover up the books and the bookcase. Put it over here, it's covering up part of the bookcase. I had it right here by the fan, which looked okay, but it looks so out of place. See? It looks okay there. But still, it just looks so out of place. I don't know, maybe I just take off the base. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's too tall. Let's try that. What does it take? I don't know if it comes off the base. Oh yeah, I probably would. So I gotta take this part off first. So I need an Allen wrench, which I don't have. Yes, I do have. Alright, that part's done. Now I gotta try to unscrew this part of my hand. Oh yeah, it looks much better as a one piece than as towering up on it. So now I feel like I can put it back in the original spot I wanted to. Yeah, because I don't mind if it covers this up, because it's just client books and snow globes, but this I would regularly get to, so I feel like that's okay. I mean, it worked over here too, so if we don't like it over here, we can always move it. But I feel like that's good, because then if I'm sitting here, then he's here with me. Although that would work over here too. And I feel like this is gonna end up being dead space. So maybe I should put it over here. Alright, changed my mind, putting it here, by the bed. It just fits better. It's kind of annoying over there, so it fits better here. And until we get a stuffed black cat, I'm gonna put these little guys in it. Because they were for Easter, but I don't want to put them away because they're so cute. So we're gonna put them in there until I can get a kitty. Here is the pictures I got. This is the 8x10. Same picture I have on my phone background now. The only one I got in an 8x10. And then 5x7. And then I have his baby picture as a 5x7 too, which is a very dark picture. Here, let me put it in the sunlight. It's a very dark picture. Like, you can't see him really at all. So I need to get another 5x7 frame for that. And then I have all these 4x6s that I want to get that like multi-frame for. Not all of them, obviously, because there's like 14 of them. But I have all of these. So we're going to use an assortment of those. We're definitely going to use the bug hunter picture, because he was our little bug hunter, and our little seat stealer. And then this was a pretty recent picture of him, so we're definitely going to include that one. This one was kind of not long after we came back to New York, and we're obviously going to include this one, even though you can't really see him too well in it, because it's in that chair, so I definitely want to include that one. This is his dragon pose. Like, I really want to include most of them. And the only two that I'm really thinking I might not, well, the only three, it'd be these three. I might just put those in individual frames. But also, depending on the frame I get, because I do have 2 only that are horizontal. So it depends on the frame I get too, probably. So I'll have to do some searching later today. But in the meantime, we're going to put up the 8x10 and the one 5x7. And then I also have this Life is Better with a Cat picture, which is not centered to my chair, so I almost feel like moving the chair over a little bit. Because that's going to drive me crazy. I'm trying to figure out if I want to put the 8x10 underneath it. Probably a little bit lower underneath it, maybe. Closer to my chair. Because above it's going to be too high. But then, like, next to it, I feel like I won't really be able to... Plus, it's smaller than the Life is Better picture. So I feel like underneath it's going to be the best bet. So I think that's where that's going to go. And then I got to figure out the 5x7s. Because I feel like the big frame... I don't know if you guys can see where I'm pointing. Yeah. I feel like the big frame was going to go here above the bookcase to cover up those holes. So I don't know if I want to put, like, the 5x7 here and here, which I think is probably going to be the best. And then if I did get individual 4x6s, I could always put those here on this side by the bookcase. Because all I have otherwise is the little things that my aunt made. I honestly feel like that's going to be the best bet. My worry is if I put them up and then I get the big frame and that big frame doesn't work there, then I have to move stuff. But I don't want to have to wait to get the big frame, so we're going to do it anyway. I'm liking it so far. I'm liking the positions of them. And then another 5x7 will go on this side and equidistant from that one. And this battery is really dying. So we're going to say goodbye for now. I did go out and grab a couple more things. 2 more 5x7 frames. One is for Kim, because I'm getting her a picture too. And one is for the wall. One for the wall is going to be his baby picture. But I think I want that on the left. So I'm going to have to put that where the current one is and then place that one. But I also got this M decoration. I just really loved it, but my concern now is placement of it, because I honestly feel like it should go in the middle. But that means I'd have to move some stuff, yeah, because the top looks weird. And I don't want it just like over here. I feel like it needs to go here, because up here would be just out of place. And then if I put it over here, that's just out of place. I feel like it has to go in the middle, which means either this has to go down or this has to go up. I'm thinking this would have to go up, because I think this is perfect placement for this one. And the thing is that I placed that a while ago, so I'm not sure how I would fix that. After grocery shopping to do anything more, but this is the other picture of him that I have in a frame. This one's not going to get hung up. This one I believe I'm going to put here on top of this bookshelf that's in front of the window, but there's some other things I want to get to put here too, so I can't really do that yet. So we went to Walmart, did our grocery shopping, and I could not find a frame with a bunch of spots that I liked. So I just got 2 single ones, and I'm going to put them in this direction so that they are vertical pictures. So there's only going to be 6 slots, so I need to choose 6 pictures. So we're going to have to eliminate the horizontal ones for now. We're going to do it like this. So this one will be the baby picture, the Christmas picture, and then the most recent picture. And then this one will be the seat stealer, the ball, and then on top of the pantry. Although I feel like the seat stealer one might have to go in the middle, just based on how this part is. So let's switch that and see. Yeah, I kind of feel like that has to be that way. And then, I think this is an earlier picture than this one, but nobody's going to really know that. So, yeah, I think that's how we're going to do it. So let's get those in the frames and up on the wall. And then just a few more last little touches, and then we'll basically be done. I think this life is better with a cat thing. I think this is just gonna end up like going over here or up here somewhere. So here is basically the end of the photo wall for now. I might get another 8x10 to go up there, but I haven't decided yet. I'm very happy with the outcome so far.
No more work has gotten done on the room because I fell asleep last night. I didn't do my client work or anything I planned to do last night. But that's okay. You know, day to day. We're taking it day to day. But I did go to my post office box and I got a package from Kenzie and she told me to record my reaction. So I'm going to do that for the vlog and on my phone. So let me set my phone up behind you guys. So Ken's, I am recording the vlog as I'm recording for you. So if you hear me, see me talking over here, that's why. But I got the package, so. Now the question is do I have any strength to open it? That would be a no. She told me that it's not related to mischief, but it should cheer me up because it's an inside joke. So, I'm a little bit scared to open this, to be honest, Ken. See, I had a feeling this is what it was. I had a feeling. It's an emotional support pickle. I had a feeling that's what it was when he said it was an inside joke. I love it. I love it. And you know what? When I saw this on, I think it was TikTok or whatever, and I did send it to Kenzie, I was like, oh, I hope she buys it for me someday because it's an inside joke with us because I really love pickles, but because I'm gay, she made a huge joke about it, about, you know, how much I love pickles, and yeah, you guys get the joke, but it says, emotional support pickle. I will always be around to let you know that you are a big deal. It is so cute. So basically, I'm just gonna spend the next, it's 10:40, I have to go to work at 1, but I have to pick up my friend, so I have to leave here by 12:30, so I'm basically just going to get ready, make my lunch, make something for dinner for while I'm at work, and book it out. So not much happening today, so I will talk to you guys tomorrow, possibly, even though it's Mother's Day. I don't know what's going to be happening tomorrow. Hey guys, I'm not wearing my glasses because I'm just done for the day, to be honest. Today's Monday. I didn't have to work, but it's been frustrating because I went to try to get a car and I cannot get it approved for anything. I want to finish this room as much as I physically can, even though it is already 5 minutes to 8. But this mess is driving me nuts. So I went and grabbed a couple of things. I'm getting ahead of myself. I wanted to talk to you guys about yesterday, which was Mother's Day, and how difficult that was. It was kind of very hard to celebrate it. If I didn't have my own mother, I probably would have not celebrated it. But in general, it was still really hard to celebrate because I am no longer a mom. It's very hard to think about. And I didn't cry, which was surprising. I think it's because I had to work and then, you know, I had to celebrate with my mom, so those two things kind of distracted me enough, I think, but I still was very surprised I didn't at least cry before bed. But the crying has slowed down, which in some ways I feel like is a good thing, but in other ways I feel like it's a bad thing, because I feel like if you can no longer cry about something that is sad, that you kind of become numb. I haven't, believe me, I haven't. There's still so much that I think about him all the time. Like Mom left the door open, for instance, when we went grocery shopping, when we were bringing the groceries in, and my mind immediately went to, oh, make sure mischief doesn't get out, you know? So stuff like that always comes up, but... So I went to the store, as I said, and grabbed a couple of things to finish up this room, and one of those things is a rechargeable lamp. So it's gonna go over here, so that if I need a light when I'm reading or whatever, or to look at the bookshelf, I now have one. Oh, and I also at Target, I got more individual 4x6 frames for the pictures I have left, and I'm going to put them over here by the bookshelf, so I'll show you guys that when I'm done. So this video is really not all that exciting, but I did feel it was important to record this, and I thank you guys for coming along with me while I do what I can to remember him, because you all loved him too, and I hope this helped you guys a little bit too, to kind of remember him and, you know, remember the good things and how cute he was, and come along with me while I try to get used to having life without him, which I don't know that I ever will be, to be honest, but it's just the reality of the situation. So, and I hate when people do this, but I'm going to do it anyway. So, PSA, if you have an animal, get regular blood work done, because they can have cancer without ever knowing it, and by the time you do know it, it's too late. So, if you can afford to, I would make regular blood work every time they go to the vet be a thing. Trying to continue to enjoy life, although it is very difficult because the world has become very boring since he passed. And the apartment is very lonely. Very lonely. But we're trying to make the best of it. So, I better do this before I lose any semblance of daylight.